Hello, viewers, and welcome to another Friday. So that means it's another My Hero Academia read-through reaction. And today we go and delve into chapter 241, and we're in officially a new arc. So yeah, we're going to be quite going back to the UA students and see what's been going on since then. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It only takes two simple clicks. Click, click. Enjoy the episode. And to start it off, chapter 241, we start with a bit of an interview going on. So, yeah, just 30 minutes after getting your licenses, and the two of you are already putting pro heroes to shame. To work so well together, you must get along quite well. Back at the UA dormitories, so this is just Horikoshi saying, meanwhile, back at the UA dormitories, as the two people being interviewed, you may ask, it's Bakugo and Shoto having a conversation. And Bakugo starts the conversation. If that's what it looks like to you, you ought to get your eyes and brain checked. And Shoto responds, we get along well. And Bakugo and Shoto are having a bit of an argument while Midoriya, Uraka, and Tenma are watching stunned. And Bakugo starts the argument. What? Don't go spewing bullshit like that. Since when have we ever gone along, bastard? We spent a lot of time together throughout our remediary courses. What kind of system is that? How much time we spend together has nothing to do with how well we got along. What do you mean by system? Oh, I can't really read this last one, but it's probably saying, well, if I know or now, you get your brain checked. I'm just continuing the insult while those three are shocked by this. And on the second page, yeah, we're going back from My Villain Academia and switching out the words to My Hero Academia, and we're back into our regularly scheduled chapter reading. And the heroes are finally back for being gone for who knows how long, and the title of the chapter number 241, Answer the Interview Questions. So we're getting into the media and interviews. And we get a bit of a timestamp on when this takes place. Late December, a few days before the winter break. We see a sign in front of the inside 1A classroom. We get along well. And we see Charge Bolt and Cellophane just laughing their eyes out while everybody's kind of shocked, except for Bakugo, who's kind of pissed. You two were interviewed for a full hour. Yes, rather than fear, I felt. But Bakugo got completely cut out. You can't you can't even see him. And you only see a little bit of him in the video. In a way, I guess they were covering for him. And while that's going on, we cut away to Midoriya just doing his homework and studies and Midoriya starts. He's a far cry from All Might, and he gets to say, Mineta, get off the desk. And we see Mineta sitting on the desk, and he's just watching, and he's saying, he's mad. And Bakugo continues, shut the hell up, Deku, and ballhead. Oh, that's a new insult. And we cut to Momo and Earphone Jack, and Momo starts a conversation. It's already your third interview, and yet you're really ruining the media's pristine portrayal of the professional license incident. And we cut back to the news network. This concludes our interview with these new reliable professional heroes. And we see while that's going on, we see Midoriya watching it, and Temna just takes Mineta down from his desk like a child, like plopping a child down on the floor, like carrying him by the shoulders. We can't wait for them to begin their activities as pro heroes. Anything to prevent a repeat of the tragedy which befell Deca City. Today marks Today marks the ninth day since the incident, and we see Deca City starting to rebuild, and we all know what's really went down. It took 20 people just 50 minutes to bring Deca City to the brink of annihilation. And we see Temna and Mineta butting in, and Temna speaks. I heard that the extent of the damage was even worse than Kimono. Fortunately, the casualty count was limited due to the remoteness of the city. And we cut back to the news feed. It seems that the act was organized in order to illustrate the failures of the heroes. But let's hear what the citizens themselves have to say. And we cut to other interviews of the media of what's been going on recently. It would have been foolish to blame Deca City heroes. Rather, it's time we began discussing registration restrictions on quirk usage. The heroes aren't the one to blame. You can investigate all you want now, but hindsight is 2020. We want the heroes to keep doing their best. We'll do our best too, you know? And we get a bit of a hero expert on a new person that's been highlighted. Hero expert Kuratsu Ardo. Can't really pronounce it. In, in previous incidents in which the heroes were set up, they were the ones who accepted the blame. However, in this day and age, we have reached a turning point. Rather than placing blame on the heroes, we have isolated it to giving encouragement. And we see Uraraka butt in. It's quite a different perspective from that kid back then. Oh yeah, from the Endeavor arc, if I recall. And we see Pinky butt in as well, doing that weird eye movement. What the frick is that all about? Maybe it's cause Endeavor really tried his best. And Shoto's like, whatever. And we see someone going through the classroom door. Don't be so optimistic. And on page 6, we see the legs of Mount Lady coming in. You might think that the winds are changing in our favor, but if you look deeper down, what you'll find is a grossing sense of urgency and unrest. And on the third panel, we just see Mount Lady's ass. Yeah, her ass. I know Horikoshi does get into the cheesecake sometimes, but it's very rare for him to do that. Were those really words of encouragement towards heroes, or were they perhaps just a prayer for victory? And we see Midnight and Mount Lady fully coming in to the room. Recently, Hero Society became tainted by showbiz, but now heroes are back in demand in the truest sense. And doing a sexy pose. And on page 7, we see Midoriya and Mineta, and Midoriya saying, Mount Lady. And we see Mineta just bugging his eyes out and full perversion-ness. Ah! And we see, no, and we see Aizawa just popping into the room with just him in his sleeping bag as always. Since you guys are getting more media exposure now, I invite a special guest. Midnight will chaperone y'all. What? And we cut to Bakugo and Red Riot and Mineta and with Mount Lady. And Bakugo starts, I haven't gotten any more exposure. We'll do better this next time. And Mineta butts in. I mean, I'm not the one to talk, but isn't showbiz tainted? Is the show. I mean, the one who. I mean, I'm not one to talk, but isn't the showbiz tainted person right here? Silence! And he's just like pointing at her. I can't really tell, and she's just bitch smacks Mineta's finger in defense of that argument. And we see Mount Lady continues. Today we'll be doing media training. The beautiful me will teach you how to properly behave as a hero. And Red Riot continues. I don't really get what we're doing, but everyone, let's get with the program. Plus Ultra. And we go outside in the cold. And oh my god, Red Riot, what the frick? What's up with the freaky art style change there? It's just so weird. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to ignore that. We'll be doing here interview practice. Oh, that's it. And we start off with Shoto's practice. What an incredible display, Shoto-san. What do you mean? Uh, please please act like you just did something incredible, okay? Okay. And we see the continuation of the interview. What kind of hero do you aim to become, Shoto-san? And Cellophane Bud continues, oh, they're starting for real. Someone whose presence puts others at ease. A brilliant answer, but if someone as handsome as you came to my rescue, my heart rate would double. And on the next page, do you have a heart problem or something? Okay. Okay, that's kind of funny. Oh, you're too much. He's so cute. I want him. What kind of special attacks do you have? And he just makes a giant ice wall as normal. Giant ice wall at normal, and Shoto continues, heaven-piercing ice wall. It has a vast range of uses. It can cover a wide range, confine people in a vicinity, and allow people to find footing among other things. I also have a rather violent move that acts as a wave of both heat and cold. And we have Earphone Jack continuing. Oh, isn't that the thing he used during joint practice with Class B? And Sweet Tooth, I think, continues with Endeavor. And we have Invisible Girl just saying, brilliant scorching fist. And we have Shoto coming back up. Ah, that's my father's move. And Invisible Girl's just like, what the hell? We only see a question mark, but Shoto continues, I still can't hold a candle to him yet. And we move away to Midoriya and we go a bit of a flashback to when Shoto's like talking to his dad over the phone. But I'll go even further beyond. And And we continue with the interview. Now, I don't want to attack you personally or anything, but if you want to put people at ease, it'll be great if you could smile a bit more. A smile from you, and the ladies will drop like flies. If I. And Shoto responds to that. If I smile, they'll die. Enough of that already. And we cut back to and then we cut back to the Edgelord himself with him continuing. We're revealing our movesets. In an interview, and Mount Lady continues, that's not the right mindset, UA students. Not everyone knows what kind of people you are. Your special attacks symbolize who you are. They demonstrate what you are capable of. To your fellow heroes, they'll key to effect efficient team building. To villains, they are a warning of your presence. To the citizens, there's a sign that they can trust you with their lives. There's a profound reason as to why heroes yell out their attack names. And we have Mineta continue. What the hell? What the hell? Up till now, all she was concerned about was how she looked in front of the camera. And Aizawa butts in. It's not just Mount Lady. Right now, all the heroes are being pulled in by the number one hero. That means Endeavor. And we get to see the other. We only see like a small group of the other 1A students' interviews. And we have Tenma. I am the one who runs with the full weight of my brother's ingenium's will. I can feel the sincerity. And we have Momo. With my unlimited knowledge and memory, you can be sure to leave everything to me. Your confidence makes you acutely reliable. And we have Ochiko. Everything is weightless in front of me. Putting others at ease is also an important skill, and we see the Edgelord himself. Glory shall not come to those who not know of darkness. Yes, such good vibes. Red Riot. Those standing between me will never get hurt. Whoa, so cool. And we have we have Pinky, Charge Ball, and Tentacruel, and I and oh, you guys, why did I even bother worrying? And strangely enough, Chargeball is doing the loser salute. What the hell is that all about? That's probably nothing, and you all totally nailed it. And we have Bakugo doing his thing. I don't say half-assed things. Shut the hell up and follow me. There's still one person who doesn't get it, huh? I know you don't really get along well with the rest of humanity. And Shoto continues, sorry, because of me, you were entirely cut from. Don't get cocky! I'll never be influenced by a bastard like you! Okay. And we have Midnight and Aizawa continuing with their conversation. You Perhaps Aizawa should teach him a lesson on media avoidance. No, there's someone else who could probably serve as a better role model. And we get Midoriya. Deku, right? What a brilliant performance. Oh god, that's very good. And he's like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? And we get into his interview. Personally, what do you think of your own performance? It was good. Whoa. And we have Red Riot butting in. Whoa, he's totally using my hardening quirk. Because he's hardened and stiff and he looks like an 8-bit graphic for this joke. And we have Frobby continuing, he's too stiff. Come to think of it, he's never really had the chance to do something like this, has he? And we have the interview continued. It seems that a lot of your moves pay tribute to All Might. Is this because you admire him? Yes! Why are you so loud of a... And we have probably someone shouting, why are you so loud all of a sudden? And we have Midoriya continue, but just paying tribute isn't enough. So I tried to customize all my... And we get a very long speech bubble for Midoriya speaking this next part. So I tried to customize all Might's on my own. For example, Delaware isn't a state. That's part of All Might's repertoire. So recently, during training, I've been using that name, Delaware Smash, together with Air Force to create my new move, Delaware Smash Air Force, and that's an essay and a half. And we have Midnight continuing, adding a new part of the interview. By the way, I heard that your quirk recently went crazy and evolved, but is everything alright? And Midoriya's just like paused at that statement. And Midoriya just getting ready to try and pull off the Black Whip move. And we get a bit of a comment. We get a little flashback to when he can't do Black Whip anymore. And he says his presence, it disappeared. And for the next 4 panels, we get a hallway with a giant locked door with a lot of locks. And this is kind of therapeutic just to read this. So it's been 2 weeks since that incident. I tried to practice by constructing an image. It hasn't disappeared, that guy said. It's a power that I have to master. That it's a power that exists within me. It's just locked up right now, but it's there. If it's locked up, then that means I can choose when I want to release that power. I've gotten past the point of not being able to summon that power. Now I just need to learn to control its output, just like I learned how to release a percentage of One for All. And we see everybody listening to that statement and just wanted to watch. And on the next page, on page 16, Midoriya does manage to summon the Black Whip, but only by not really that much. Out of one of the holes in the gauntlet. But it only lasts for a second, and it still does damage the glove suit a bit. And Midoriya is excited he was able to summon it. Alright. That might have just been a little splurt, but that's the first step into controlling it. Now I can just take my time and... What the hell was that? And we see Bakugo continuing with his thoughts. A weak move like that isn't something to be happy about. And while that's going on page 17, we cut back to the UA, and we go back to the teacher's lounge, and we see Principal Nezu with All Might, and Nezu starts a conversation. Did you pull an all-nighter again? Principal! No, I've been sleeping well, but... Well, please, do not worry. It seems that you can't even recognize your own exhaustion. There aren't many records of our predecessors, so and we see that what he was working on is a notebook for successors of the All for One for All quirk. Notes for young Midoriya. And he's just making like a record of all the predecessors. Probably this is like a late, he's just going to deliver it to Midoriya until it's ready, or maybe it's like when, well, when All Might dies and probably he left it in his will or something like that. Not sleeping is bad for your hair. I have I have a report for you. Soon, internships will start again. Get stronger, show your ability. You don't even you don't get nervous, do you? And he's just speaking to Midoriya's just speaking to Shoto about that. And that's it. Chapter 241. That's the end. So interns might be the big storyline again. So we might have the continue. We are getting interns again, and we're probably going to have our second intern arc, and we don't know what we're going to get. So people are still having some unrest after the Deca City incident, and yeah, I thought this chapter was okay. It was okay, and yeah, Midoriya is slowly trying to gain control over the Black Whip quirk, but it's going to take him time to fully get it to that extension from what we saw. So I know this has been an okay reaction, and I hope you all to see you in chapter 242. So until then, have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.